This is Indonesia, the big boy of Southeast Asia. Large economy, big population, and drunk Australian tourists. On the outside, Indonesia might seem like your typical tropical paradise filled with sea lad fighting Austronesian dudes. But peeking inside, Indonesia has lots of diversity to offer due to its sheer size. How did Indonesia got so big? Well, it began with the migration of various people groups, the infusion of Indian religions, Indian cultures, and later Persia-Arabic Islamic stuff, bits of Chinese diplomatic muscles, all coming along to Indonesia through the lucrative maritime sea trade. This spawned countless kingdoms and empires across the islands, including this big bully and this bigger bully, which united most of the archipelago, forming the basis of modern-day Indonesia. Majapahit become big by using language skills. The Malay language was the lingua franca across the islands due to its historical role in sea trade, a unifying factor of different ethnicities. This made it easier for Majapahit to spread its sphere of influence. After the fall of Majapahit, some European colonial powers came around to grab those juicy islands, splitting up the islands, and the Dutch got most of the share. The Dutch East Indies followed the rulebook of Majapahit, by using sea trade and a common Malay language to unite the islands. This explains why we do not see some average Indonesian dudes speaking Dutch today. Fast forward to post-World War II, Indonesia became independent, had some beef with its neighbors, drama with this small island, some bomb and unrests, economic boom, and here we are today. As Indonesia continued to gain geopolitical influence in the world stage, it would be good to know what makes up of Indonesia on the inside, in case you would like to make some good business deals. Indonesia can generally be geographically organized based on the island regions. These are Sumatra, Java, Borneo, Lesser Sunda, Sulawesi, Malucas, and Papua. Starting off with Sumatra, one of the largest islands in the world. This island is filled with predominantly Malay-speaking people. First off is Aceh. Given its geographical position at the westernmost end of the archipelago, Aceh has a relatively significant Middle East Islamic influence. It has a special privileged status as a result of its historical separatist movements. Aceh Sultanate, strict Islamic Sharia law, no movie theaters, tsunami, spicy food, Gayo Highland, and weed. Below Aceh there is North Sumatra, huge lake, Batak people, Batak houses, Batak scripts, and Indonesian Gotham City. They are also stereotypically loud. Towards to southwest there is West Sumatra. Famous good food, large clock, and pointy roofs. The Minangkabau ethnic group are known for being matrilineal, stereotypically intellectual but stingy. Facing the Strait of Malacca is Riau. Rich with oil and gas, palm oil, gong music, getting mauled by tigers, and random wildfires exporting haze to neighboring countries. Below Riau is Jambi, the birthplace of Malay cultures and kingdoms. Lots of Srivijaya Empire sites, tigers and rhinoceros, volcanoes, and tea plantation. Below Jambi is South Sumatra, the epicenter of the Srivijaya kingdom, Komoro Island pagoda, rubber and oil palm, Palembang city being like the Venice of Sumatra, good infrastructure, international sports events, stereotypically flashy, Pempek dish, and high crime rate. This thin strip of land facing the Indian Ocean is Bengkulu. The Brits were here, British forts, Rafflesia plant, and Tabat festival. At the southern tip of Sumatra is Lampung. Giant big volcano explosion, Sigerhead dress, Lampung script, elephants, banana chips, street robbery, and exporting workers to Jakarta. There are some big islands off the main Sumatra island too. Riau Islands, smugglers, cheap cars, oil and gas industry, and leeching off Singapore's economic success. Then there are the Bangka Belitung Islands. Noodles, fancy stones, and bauxites, Chinese people being around for centuries, plus lots of tin. Moving on to the Java Island, the island with the highest population in the world. This island is historically dominated by Javanese people. There is an underlying rivalry between Malay Sumatra and Javanese Java, due to legacies of historical empires. Starting off with Banten. Known for the Baduy Amish people, black magic, Banten Sultanate, National Park, industrial hub, corruption, and basically the worse version of Jakarta. Jakarta, the capital city, a sinking city with snobby rich people, pollution, and lots of monuments. Good luck getting through the traffic. To the east there is West Java. The Sundanese heartland with the most population, loves eating bird eye chili and raw vegetable, and could not pronounce the F word to save their lives. Mountains, rice, lots of factories, stereotypically polite soft-spoken, and home of pretty girls. Next there is Central Java. Old-fashioned, nice temples and buildings, loves sweet food, and nice script. Below Central Java there is this tiny Yogyakarta special region. It is special because it is the only diarchy system that is active in Indonesia. Good universities, tourists, hard workers, very sweet food, and random machete attacks. To the eastern tip of the island there is East Java. Surabaya, being a huge city, enjoys loud stereos, witch hunt, birthplace of Majapahit, nice bridge, salty food, and stereotypically the direct and rude version of Javanese. Some of the Javanese dudes look down on the Madura Island dudes. Hopping on towards the lesser Sunda Islands, they are called lesser because they are quite small as compared to those big boy islands. There is Bali. Basically a colony of Russia and Australia, very touristic, and being more popular than the country itself. Following the arrival of Islam to Java, Bali Island became a haven for Hindu-Buddhist Majapahit remnants, preserving the traditional Hindu-Buddhist Javanese Majapahit culture. It has Hindu majority population, Balinese script, and somehow look down on other fellow Indonesians. This is also a perfect place to find love. Cough cough. Next, crossing the Wallace Line, there is West Nusa Tenggara, underrated Muslim version of Bali, gold mines, tobacco, and bride kidnapping. To the east, there is East Nusa Tenggara, dry savanna filled with wild horses, Komodo dragons, Portuguese influence, Catholics, Melanesians, three-colored lake, beef with its smaller next-door neighbor, and high number of stunted kids. Towards Borneo Island, there are the Kalimantan provinces on an island shared with 3 other countries. This island is dominated by the Dayak people, and some great apes. West Kalimantan, home of some random Chinese triad republic, oranges, equator, and literally has a city with a female ghost name. Next there is Central Kalimantan, Soviet planned city, wildfires, and deforestation. At the southern tip of Borneo is South Kalimantan. Floating market, very sweet food, swamps, diamonds, and coal mining. The Banjarese people in South Kalimantan are seen as the mediator between native Borneo Dayaks and the Javanese. The ancestors of the Banjarese people also migrated all the way to Madagascar, spreading Austronesian genes to Africa. Madagascar is thus a long-lost cousin of the South Kalimantan Banjarese dudes. Next there is East Kalimantan, a rich province with oil and gas and mining, Black Orchid, ancient Kutai Kingdom, nice river delta, lots of immigrants, and will soon host the new capital of the country. Towards the Malaysian border is North Kalimantan, having some beef with Malaysia, Bulangan Sultanate, and its royalty being killed off, and smuggling. Hopping to the next island Sulawesi, historically known as Celebes, shaped like a dinosaur. North Sulawesi, a close cousin of the Philippines, stereotypically loud extroverted filled with handsome men and beautiful women. It used to be a trading hub for spices. Now it is known for eating anything and everything, Christians, synagogue, and Kaabah's Aran war dance. Moving along the island there is Gorontalo, the province without the Sulawesi name, religious, birthplace of the President Habibie, Otana ruins, and Karawo festival. It is basically the Muslim Philippines of Indonesia. Next there is Central Sulawesi, monoliths, coffee, mining, and religious violence. West Sulawesi, landslide, seafood, sandek, and a Hollywood rip-off sign. Moving down there is South Sulawesi, big city with the strait named after it, stereotypically snobbish, has the deepest lake in Southeast Asia, nickel mines, karst landscape, historically the headquarters of pirates, Torajan people death rituals, and a large statue of Jesus. Also, they got to Australia first before some Dutch blokes. Last but not least is Southeast Sulawesi, known for the Buton Sultanate and its large fortress, Blue Eyes, use of Korean Hangul script in its native Chia language, blacksmith, diving, cashew nuts, and produce lots of asphalt. To the east of Sulawesi there are the Malucas Islands, historically known as the Spice Islands. North Maluku, great historical sultanates, nickel reserves, and quite touristic. To the south is Maluku, loves music, and at one point being the only place on earth to have nutmegs. It has more mixed European native people due to its prolonged colonization history. Christians and Muslims sometimes having beef with each other. Heading further east there is Papua, one of the largest island in the world, and the most linguistically diverse place on earth. This is where the Melanesian islander culture is more dominant over the Indianized Austronesians. Also, Dutch was here for a tad bit longer before giving it to Indonesia. Starting off with the top is Southwest Papua, confusing province name, prosperous with oil and gas, Muslims and Christians living together, and Raja Ampat Islands. Below it there is West Papua, a province that got split off, traditional dances, a 1,000-leg house, nice wreck site diving, and having this naughty name for a town. Central Papua, having the tallest mountain in Indonesia, gold mines, riots, and Dani tribe pig festival with some mummies. Towards the north is Papua, the province that lost a lot of lands, a predominantly coastal-based culture, city life, and loves areca nuts. Below it is Highland Papua, cold mountains, the only landlocked province in Indonesia, separatists, traditional people, stone burning, and arguably still has some uncontacted tribes. To the south is South Papua, termite mountains, largest swamp in the country, beautiful wood carving, and crazy about sago plus the worms. So what is the point of knowing all these Indonesian provinces? Well, it is a testament of how Indonesia successfully demonstrates unity in diversity across a vast geography, capturing the transient nature of human migration, shifting cultures and religions, and the historical polities shaping the archipelago as we know it today. Indonesia has so much more to offer, not just drunk Australians, maids being abused in Malaysia and Singapore, and airplane crash grounding of Boeing. With the continual rise of Indonesia in the 21st century, maybe Indonesia can finally make a greater Indonesia, maybe. Thanks for watching.